What's up, Red Devils fans? Big updates coming your way from Manchester United. Obi, Ahmad, Fredricson 21-man Manchester United travelling squad confirmed for Brentford trip. Manchester United players have been pictured boarding a train to London ahead of tomorrow's clash with Brentford. Manchester United youngsters Tyler Fredricson and Chido Obi are in contention to start for Manchester United against Brentford on Sunday after being pictured as part of the travelling squad to face Brentford. Amad Dalot and Matthijs de Ligt, who both returned to action in Thursday's 3-0 win over Athletic Bilbao after injury, were also pictured among the United squad, who were catching a train to London on Saturday evening and could be in line to start as they continue to build up their game time. Bruno Fernandes may be among those players rested at the G-Tech Community Stadium as Ruben Amorim prioritizes United's Europa League semi-final second leg on Thursday, but he was also pictured among the travelling party. United head to West London in 15th place in the Premier League table, and pride is the only thing Amorim's side can gain from their final 4 league matches this term. Brentford, meanwhile, are in contention to secure a place in next season's UEFA Conference League, and they should prove to be a tough test of United's credentials. Amorim is expected to make changes against the Bees, and a number of fringe players will hope to impress enough to keep their place in the side for Thursday's visit of Athletic Bilbao. Man United target £42.5 million budget boost for Ruben Amorim, as 2 transfer priorities identified. Manchester United are keen to offload Real Betis loanee Antony this summer, but they won't hold formal discussions over a sale until the end of the season. Manchester United are growing optimistic they can recoup up to £42.5 million, €50 million, for Antony this summer in a major boost for Ruben Amorim's finances. The 25-year-old Brazilian has netted 6 goals and provided 4 assists for Real Betis since joining the club on loan in January. And Betis believe Antony has already given them his word that he would like to stay at the club beyond the end of the season. However, United are currently parking formal transfer negotiations until the end of the campaign as both clubs are currently fighting tooth and nail for European glory, but in the background. Despite that, United have already decided that the signings of a new striker in No. 10, namely Matheus Cunha, are their top priorities, and they want to make those deals happen as quickly as possible. Antony scored for Betis on Thursday in their Conference League semi-final victory over Fiorentina, and Old Trafford Chiefs are also keen to hand other sides the chance to throw their hat into the ring. Atletico Madrid have also reportedly inquired about Antony's availability, and United are determined to drive an auction, as they know Betis might struggle to match their financial demands over a permanent transfer. Betis' preference would be to secure another loan for the ex-Ajax attacker, who joined the Red Devils in a deal worth up to £86 million in August 2022, but United will push for a sale to bolster Amorim's spending power. Betis icon Joaquin, now part of the club's board, recently joked he's willing to kidnap Antony in a bid to keep him at the club, telling Spanish TV, "I'll provide the car if he has to be kidnapped, but let him stay no matter what." This is the moment to enjoy. I think important moments will come, and we'll see later. Antony's agent Junior Pedroso recently hit back at United boss Amorim over claims the winger struggled with the physicality of the Premier League. Still, the Brazil international appears to still respect the Portuguese coach, recently saying of Amorim, "I've only had a short time working with Amorim, but he's a very good coach. A very intelligent coach. United are going through a difficult time at the moment, but he's a good coach. I had a good relationship with him, but I needed a new challenge, and I wish him all the luck in the world in this final stretch of the season." Interestingly, Betis saw loan bids for Antony and Christian Eriksen knocked back last August by United as Erik ten Hag wanted to keep the duo. But Antony only played 135 minutes of Premier League action during the first half of the campaign, and the Red Devils were keen to save cash on his wages. His value has since skyrocketed on the back of his fine form in Seville, and United view the loan as a huge success. Man United transfer news. Real Madrid plans scuppered as fresh Antony Enquiry made. Manchester United are gearing up for a busy summer transfer window, with Antony one of several players expected to be sold by the Red Devils in the upcoming market. The upcoming transfer window will be a busy one for Manchester United. The Red Devils have endured a dreadful season, with Ruben Amorim's side currently sitting 14th in the Premier League table. While reinforcements are expected to arrive at Old Trafford, United are also expected to sell several of their underperforming stars. Suitors may be hard to find for many of them, given their awful performances. But one star attracting strong interest is Antony, who is currently on loan at Real Betis. The La Liga side are keen to bring him back permanently, though they are now facing competition from a rival suitor. Antony has starred on loan in Spain, creating a market for himself, with Marcus Rashford having achieved a similar feat at Aston Villa. United are also looking at adding players to Amorim's squad, but their plan to team up with Real Madrid in the transfer of Benfica star Alvaro Carreras has been scuppered by FIFA. Here, Mirror Football rounds up all the latest Manchester United transfer news. FIFA scupper Madrid plan. FIFA have stepped in to scupper Manchester United's plan to sign Benfica star Alvaro Carreras, and then immediately sell him to Real Madrid. Madrid are keen on the left back, but do not want to pay his release clause. Instead, they wanted United to use a £15 million buyback clause they have on the player before then selling him for £30 million. But according to Ojogo, FIFA would block such a deal from taking place. The world governing body have regulations which block bridge transfers. Any club involved in such a deal would face sanctions from FIFA, with Benfica now confident they will keep hold of Carreras. United Ita. Manchester United have launched a bid to steal Jonathan Tah from under the noses of Barcelona. The 29-year-old will see his contract at Bayer Leverkusen expire at the end of the season. According to Sky Germany, the German defender has agreed a deal with Barcelona. But the Catalan Giants are struggling to register him for next season due to their continuing financial problems, opening the door to rival suitors. That has attracted the attention of United, who are said to have reached out to Tah. An initial exchange has taken place between the Red Devils and his representatives, with Bayern Munich and Real Madrid also monitoring the situation. Fresh Antony Enquiry. Atletico Madrid have entered the race to sign Antony, with the Brazilian almost certain to leave Manchester United this summer. The attacker has been on loan at Real Betis since January, impressing for the La Liga side. Betis are keen to bring him back to the Estadio Benito Villamarin, but El Chiringuito report that Atletico have set their sights on the Brazilian. They are said to have their eye on Dalot, Mazraoui, Heaven Manchester United injury news and return dates versus Brentford and Athletic Club. The latest Man United team news and potential return dates ahead of the final weeks of the season. Manchester United will only be without 6 injured players when they face Brentford in the Premier League this weekend. Ruben Amorim is set to take the opportunity to rest several key figures for the league match, with full focus on the second leg of their huge Europa League semi-final tie against Athletic Club. Asked for his team news ahead of today's match at the Brentford Community Stadium, the United boss said, "We are going to deal with that and prepare a game against a team that they want to be in the great moment. We have always a responsibility to perform. We have always a responsibility of the result. But in this moment, we have to be clear. Our focus is more on saving players and trying to be competitive. It is not a good thing to say, but we need to understand the context. It means several youngsters should get the chance to prove their worth this afternoon. Here is the latest injury news, and who will miss the match entirely. Ruben Amorim admitted Mazraoui is at the limit of his fitness levels and will not be unnecessarily risked against Brentford this weekend. He will be available for the second leg next week. Collier took part in an individual training session in midweek and is still a little while away from his return to action. He could be back at some stage next week if required. Aiden Heaven May 11th versus West Ham H. Heaven has still not returned to training after his recent injury setback. He is expected back before the end of the season, but there are not many games remaining. Dalot will miss the next few matches after he suffered a calf injury. Ruben Amorim admitted the Portuguese might not be available for selection again before the end of the season. Joshua Zirkzee unknown. Zirkzee was ruled out for the remainder of the season due to the hamstring injury he picked up in the recent defeat to Newcastle. It is not clear whether he will be available for the post-season tour of Asia. Lisandro Martinez unknown. Martinez has undergone successful surgery on an ACL injury, and there is no real time frame on his return to action. He is expected to be ruled out for a minimum of 6 months.